Just playing a bit of modded Minecraft. Just chilling.
Instead of helping her, Sing took
Basically
advantage of
D&D
Rafe
now.
performing
So you
cool
got
experiments on her,
whole
taking
world.
all the credit for the
That's
original
not
research
good.
for himself.
Let's go check it
Voidwalker
out.
Rafe, who was the original
What is that?
Rafe from the main Apex dimension, at some point escaped,
oh.
and in the Voidwalker stories from the
Oh.
Outlands, she tries to track down Sing by searching
Let's,
through abandoned
let's
IMC
not go
facility
there.
computers. Unfortunately
go
for her
different
plans for
way.
revenge, she finds out that Sing is deceased. Immediately after making this discovery, she's caught by
Just go a bit
soldiers
through
and
before we
forced to
go.
flee into the void. While running through the void, Voidwalker notices
So,
another
currently,
Wraith in a separate
we
dimension
are
being tied down by
out
an
here.
IMC scientist.
Our
Seeing
base.
this, Voidwalker calls out through the void.
All the way.
This
I
is
can
where we learn
remember
that the voices
back
Rafe hears
this
are actually
way.
alternate versions of herself calling
Think
out
so?
warnings. Frustrated that this Wraith is
Oh, yeah,
resisting
here.
him more, Voidwalker jumps into that reality
Oh, wait
through a
there.
portal. She then uses the
So,
kunai to cut
let's
the
keep
bone into the
moving.
Wraith's hands, freeing her,
Keep going
before
along.
giving the knife to her. Soon after, Wraith and Voidwalker
I'm just
discover
doing a bit
and get into
exploring
fight
now,
with lab
because that's what we
personnel.
can do.
During this, a voice warns Wraith that there's danger behind her, letting her incapacitate the scientist with a kunai. Instead of killing him, she knocks him out, prompting Voidwalker to ask why she didn't kill him and get revenge. Wraith replies that
Ooh. Oh my god, can I take on one of these buffaloes? Or am I just gonna absolutely get mauled?
when Sing turns up moments
Oh.
later, Voidwalker chooses to stay behind and get
Oh,
her
that's not too
revenge, while
difficult.
our Wraith uses the portal device to travel back to the dimension.
Just doing a bit of damage.
Kings Canyon.
I thought there was
Wraith
one
also
behind
has
me then.
3 heirloom animations that tie into a
Would
story.
not have
The
been
first
good.
being the voice line I played at the start of this section.
She put this blade in my
I
hands.
think I left my horse
My
back
whole life
there.
changed.
Whatever.
In the second rather rare
can't find
animation,
it.
you can see Voidwalker handing Wraith the kunai knife. And finally,
Uh,
as one of her inspect animations, she looks at her
let's go
employee
there.
personnel file. This is
Just make a
likely
bit of
one of the
food.
files Mirage pulled out from his mother's old file
Give it a
storage in
bread.
Season 6
Bit of
Apex,
bread.
as she used to work for the IMC. Of particular
Alright.
interest is a photo she has with Watson. Why would Watson be calling Wraith a ghost? Well, that's a crucial
That's
detail in the story of the next heirloom opportunity, Watson's. I've seen a lot of people confused about what exactly Watson's heirloom is, with some people comparing it to a Walmart price scanner. However, it actually fits perfectly into Watson's lore.
I'll try
To
and take
start
on
with, we
one
know
of
for
these
sure that
dragons.
the heirloom was designed by Watson. In Watson's new POI on Stormpoint, there's lots of memorabilia from Watson's life, and amongst them we can find diagrams for an energy reader heirloom. But how is Wraith's story relevant to Watson
Wait,
designing
what
this
is this?
strange-looking device?
I've been this way.
To understand how, we have to continue on from when
I
Wraith
don't know
arrived in
if I
King's
have.
Canyon after the events of Voidwalker's story from the Outlands. During this time period, the mercenary
I
syndicate
have been here,
hired
okay.
Watson's father, who is an
Let's go this way
electrical
then.
engineer, to work on the electrical systems for the upcoming Apex games. While he worked on the project, the pair lived on King's Canyon, and so
There's-
Watson grew up exploring the island.
I've
Despite
explored.
her
That's
father's
actually quite
wishes that she
useful.
stayed out of the project, Watson started researching solutions for the ring system.
I've been all over the map, and I'm currently looking for just resources. So I'm gonna get to the Nether and fight the Ender
This
Dragon
is a real world
before
device, by the way.
fight any other
She
modded
combined this with a
bosses.
large dome shield that surrounded
So if
the
I
island,
do
and a
it-
smaller one
if
for
I get the
placing
main one
shrinking
done
silos.
first,
Space between was
give me a
filled with
bit more
microwaves.
resources,
Wanting to prove this
and
worked
actually
to her
get some
dad,
stuff
she
done.
went off alone to the abandoned single labs
I'll
on
take
the
this
King's
slow as
Canyon,
well.
looking for 2 dome shields. However, Wraith was in these labs, confused and disorientated as she'd just been rescued by Voidwalker and travelled to this dimension. Watson managed to grab 2 bubble shields but came across Wraith, who told her to leave. Wraith's strange void abilities scared Watson, making her believe the labs were haunted by a ghost. Fleeing with the shields, Watson found a spot
nothing
out
really.
in King's
Is that
Canyon
another
to
sea
test the
serpent?
idea. Despite a
It
raging
is.
thunderstorm that had developed and a rubber insulating
I'm not
fuse
gonna
being
fight it
lost
though,
early
because I
while she
cannot be
escaped from the
asked.
labs. The experiment went quite well, up until a lightning bolt
Quite chill,
slammed into
actually,
the
by the way.
generator, badly electrocuting Watson and setting the forest around her on fire. If you played early
Oh,
seasons
yeah,
of
that's
Apex, the
good.
large
Oh.
burnt region of the map was caused by that fire.
Oh my god.
Wraith, who had followed her, rescued her and took her back to her father. Wraith
Stuck.
quickly left after, and Watson, not the one who had saved
Alright,
her,
let's
referred to
join
her
in.
saviour as her ghost, referenced in the Wraith
Calamari,
animation I
love to
mentioned
see it.
earlier. But how does this all relate to Watson's heirloom? If you find a ghost, who are you going to call? People who
on.
are familiar with the Ghostbusters films will know about the psychokinetic energy meter. This can be
Remove
used to
them. Why do you
detect
go
and track
backwards?
ghosts using their energy. Of particular interest is the version of the animated Ghostbusters television series. You might notice a striking similarity between this and Watson's heirloom, especially in this animation. Another device that has an interesting similarity to the heirloom is the motion tracker from the Alien series. I don't think these similarities are a coincidence. The energy reader heirloom designers Arta gives a very emotional speech to young bloodhound before giving the heirloom to them.
Sweet lamb. I've been looking for this so long now. How far I've had to go. But each pixel is a block. So that's...
Bloodhound then returns to the tunnel to finish the Goliath
That's
off,
a lot.
using the heirloom to break open the coolant pipes to freeze the Goliath. Unfortunately, Bloodhound is caught in the coolant and only just manages to survive by grabbing a respirator that had been left in the tunnel. Bloodhound shatters the frozen Goliath with the heirloom, but the coolant had permanently damaged their face and lungs, leading to them wearing a breathing apparatus to this day.
Okay, those two.
The next heirloom is Lifeline Shock Sticks, which combine two of the most important things in her life. Lifeline was born to the owners of Chevrex, a corporation that specializes in drones, in particular weaponized drones. While the company liked to present a polished image, they sold to both sides of conflicts for generations, making enormous profits. Lifeline growing up was unaware of this, but when she learned the truth that her family were war profiteers, she ran away.
You have blood on your hands, Mother. I won't be a part of this family.
She travelled with Octane to Solus, where he had one of his gauntlet competitions. Octane was friends with the band Flyer Liars, who are on the planet. Hearing them play live, Lifeline was awestruck, quickly becoming friends with the band members.
What's in the
She
box?
stayed before Octane travelled on to the next crazy competition.
Smithing
While hanging
template.
out with the band, Lifeline picked up the
Got
drums,
no idea if
finding
that's
that she
good.
loved playing. Soon,
Oh,
she was
let's
filling
check.
in for them when the drummer couldn't make a gig. After the band went to Plasmith, her home planet, to do a relief fundraiser gig run by the humanitarian organisation Frontier Corps, she saw the downtrodden and poor on her own planet for the first time.
Oh, it's for
The contrast
katanas.
between them
I
and the life of
want to get
luxury her family
katanas
enjoyed made her
because
swear off her
katanas are
family for
looking
good
sick.
and join the Corps helping those in need.
Check.
While Lifeline moved on from the band to the
Katana.
Corps and eventually the Apex Games to raise funds for the Frontier Corps, her love of drums has clearly stayed with her. Her town takeover even has a room underneath with a drum set and Flyer Liar posters. The Shock Sticks heirloom combines both her
So
love of
it's
drums
just-
from her time with the Flyer Liars and her medical work with the Frontier Corps, as they're designed to be defibrillator
I
sticks, as you can
see.
see on the side of the heirloom. If you pay any
Sick.
attention to Pathfinder, you'll know he loves one sport in particular. With Finisher Moves, the town takeover, and of course an heirloom, all dedicated to boxing, it's obvious how much he enjoys it.
Oh, I have to get
But
an
where did
Oni
Pathfinder's
one.
boxing obsession come from?
I don't know
While
what
on the search for
Oni
his creator,
spawned.
Pathfinder would do many odd jobs, usually ending in disaster.
Sorry, hold
Eventually,
on,
he would
am
end
I-
up working at a restaurant as a waiter. Showing
Rough
his usual
steel
incompetence, he managed
scrap.
to anger a mobster. This escalated into the mobster shooting Pathfinder, only for the
check
bullet to ricochet
for
off Pathfinder's
rough
metal
steel-
casing back to the mobster, killing them. Pathfinder then had the brilliant idea of grabbing the gun. When security turned up, they saw someone shot and Pathfinder holding a gun. The security guard dragged him off for questioning, thinking he was the culprit. This security guard was an ex-cop known as Victor Maldera. He had
Oh,
taken
no,
this job
can I
after getting
not?
fired for obsessing over the
Oh, that
already
would've been
closed
so
case
good
of
if I
Alexander
could.
Knox,
Whatever.
who was presumed dead in a
Oh.
lab fire. Maldera thought that
I did
Knox
not
had
even see
caused
the
and
time.
survived the fire. Of course, we know that Maldera was right, as Knox is caustic. Maldera was also a boxing enthusiast, even having a photo
Can't
with the
tell
fighting
if that's
legend
good, so
Forge.
what am
While
I
he
doing?
questioned
check
Pathfinder,
if it's
the
good.
boxing gloves caught Pathfinder's
Because
attention.
I'm
Maldera
looking
learned that
for
in
more
Pathfinder's internal memory
of
there was a recording of
Japanese
Knox
style
lab fire,
items.
Pathfinder had been
So if
cleaning
I
the
can
window
find an
while the place
Oni,
burned down.
which is like a type of
When the
demon,
local mob showed up,
I'm pretty sure
Maldera wanted to hang
I
on to
can get some
Pathfinder
good
for
stuff, but
evidence
it's
in
actually
the
on
Knox
mine.
case, and so used his
Ooh.
boxing skills to escape, impressing Pathfinder greatly. Pathfinder clearly never forgot the
Nothing good.
amazing skills of his friend
Oh, that's
Maldera,
good.
and has been enjoying boxing ever since, resulting in his boxing glove heirloom being given to him at some point.
Nothing there. Anything down here?
While Octane's heirloom knife hasn't directly been referenced in any lore, butterfly knives are clearly something Octane greatly enjoys, and a different butterfly knife shows up
hold
in the
on.
Quest comic for Season 7, Family Portrait.
No.
Here, Octane can be seen playing with the
There's a
knife in
house
the
there.
background, practicing tricks until he injures himself and Lifeline has to heal him.
So I'm gonna
Butterfly
check
knives
to see
fit
if
perfectly with
this
Octane's
happens.
personality, as there is something
Wrong
that both
button.
require high
It
skill
is
to do
apples.
tricks with and are quite dangerous. Octane's enjoyment of skill and
Apples
danger is
are
best
right.
evidenced
Just
by his
golden
famous
apples,
gauntlet run where he
that's it.
blew his own legs off with a grenade to save him victory. The other aspect of Octane's heirloom is their stim, which is manufactured by Silver Pharmaceuticals, a corporation which Octane's family runs. The heirloom contains a vial of stim
It's
which
quite
he uses
cool.
to
You got
inject
birds
himself in his
everywhere,
inspect animation
fancy
before enjoying the
trees.
rush of the
Nice
drug
grass.
flowing through him.
Very cool.
Stim, as you might realise from the name, is a stimulant drug. Originally
pepper,
famously
yes.
used as a combat drug by pilots in Titanfall, it gives a boost of speed and health regen to pilots who use it. Octane has abused this drug to the extent he takes a large enough dose that it actually damages him. He needs a dialysis machine attached to his belt to remove the excess stim from his blood.
Love it.
Instead, the residual stim in his body seems to heal him slowly on a constant basis. While Octane's heirloom is clearly designed to fit his love of danger, the fact it contains stim which he injects for a rush also shines a light
What's
on the
in
addictive
it?
personality that has led to his extreme
fat
stim
man.
addiction.
He likes food.
At face value, Mirage comes across
don't
as
want
cocky
you
and all
here.
about himself, and his heirloom is just another symptom.
Okay.
However, if you take another look, all is not as it seems.
Oh.
This is just great.
Oh no.
From voice
Is that
lines
what I
and other
think it
lore,
is?
it's quite clear Mirage cares about his mother a great
Ooh,
deal.
yo,
While
that's
he grew up, she was an only parent taking care of 4 boys, as their father was absent most of the time. Young
I wanna
Mirage
go
found he
down
didn't
there
really
and
fit
see
in with
what's
his
in there
brothers. They enjoyed
first.
sport and music, while he had no talent for that. Instead, he learned to goof around and try and
That's
draw
not
attention
hard,
to
no.
himself. One thing he did have talent for was holographic technology. His mother was a brilliant holographic
no.
engineer and taught him how to tinker with the technology. As they grew
house.
older, Mirage and his 3 brothers all went off to fight out in the
There's a lot
Civil
of fish.
War. They left Mirage and his mother at home, working together on holotech. The house that was filled with
An
noise and
angler.
laughter suddenly was strangely quiet.
Okay.
Then one day they got horrible news.
Damn.
All 3 brothers had been declared missing in action after their ship went down. This tragedy affected both Mirage and his mother deeply. Worse, his mother started showing signs of dementia soon
Let's
after.
see what's in
When
there.
Apex Games
I'm
started,
gonna-
Mirage wanted to join looking for fame
Oh, wait,
and
what's that?
success. However, he was worried about
Let
leaving
me
his
show you
mother.
what I want to
When
make.
he discussed it with
It's
her, she
the,
encouraged him to follow his dreams, even helping him with a custom set of holo devices.
Roth Fortress
Tragically, his
Explorer
mother's
map.
condition would continue to deteriorate,
Basically,
as we can gather
gives
from
you
a phone call history that
coordinates.
was
It's
placed
like
in
a
a
mini
rifle
game.
around
Gives you
Joel's head.
coordinates. If you find it in time, you basically get like loot and XP. And if you don't, you you will basically die. I know you explore it with lightning striking you every 10 seconds. Not
When
for
Mirage Voyage
we have
returned to
everything
King's Canyon, there was
par
another message,
the
this time
redstone, so
from
that's why we need
Mirage's
to go down
mum.
here.
In part of it, she
Emoji?
talks about his
Oh,
family.
too good.
I don't have an answer. My
I
brain.
haven't seen this before.
I think it's a thing. Whatever you call it. I heard this happens. It happens to people. I'm
Is it
tired.
steel?
As he
Steel?
plays, Mirage
Silver,
tries to
isn't it?
crank
It's
the
not.
biggest spectacle, have the largest personality, and become the best in the Apex games.
Let's
Not
get
just to forget
slime
the
now.
pain he's been through, but to help his mother remember him and feel proud of her son for just a little longer.
Oh, this is zinc then. Well, then what's this?
You've never been there, and you know every inch of it.
Oh, silver.
It's the farthest either of us have been from home. In distance or in time. Every choice you make will lead you here. To who
Oh,
you're
it's
supposed
part
to
of a
be.
different mod. But how do I get
Eyes
steel?
up, weapon.
It doesn't make sense. Let's
Discover a rich world of coffee,
use
full
the
of
ideal
flavour
one.
and intense
Ideal.
aromas. A unique moment. in every
Oh my
cup of
god, I didn't
coffee.
see that. That was
Awaken
close.
your senses.
Lovely.
Pleasure is gold. And now introducing
Blind, 'cause I
raw
can't see
coffee
anything.
beans.
Really literally need one redstone
At
block.
first glance, Caustic's sledgehammer heirloom might seem
Oh,
simple, a useful weapon
that's-
for a bruised character, but there's more to this weapon than you might expect.
Is the
First
silver?
thing is the design, which looks suspiciously like a simulacrum head. Simulacra like Revenant and Ash are human minds and machine bodies, making them functionally immortal.
Zinc using
Caustic at one point
Cave
questioned
mine,
some
no,
dynamics,
cave
claiming
miners.
that rebuilt Ash's robotic body
Double
after
beauty.
the events of
Yes.
2. Caustic wants to undergo the process as well. Unfortunately for him, but probably fortunately for everyone else, he was rejected due to his lack of empathy amongst other things. There's actually a
This
simulacrum
is- that's
Caustic
enough.
skin in the game with a lore note
That's
discussing
so
this.
good.
The simulacrum-like design
I'm
on
not
his
checking
camera is
down there.
likely a reference to this part of
So
Caustic's
on
past.
next episode,
The
I'm
reason
gonna
for
make
Caustic
it.
wanting to become a simulacrum is due to
And
his
on
sickness.
next video, I'm gonna
Caustic
make it.
has
It's not really
cancer,
gonna be a
a cancer
series.
that should have
Next
killed him
video, I'm
by
gonna
now.
make
Interestingly,
note
this cancer relates
and
to the second lore
start
feature of the
just
hammer,
trying
this
to
rare spider
beat
animation
the
you
dungeon
get.
type thing.
At